Hey, Shalom Israel, Captain OC.
Also, Uzil.
All right, and today we're doing another 15 minutes with the captains. Today's topic is called dealing with dreams. All right, dealing with dreams. We're going to go through who gives us the dreams, what's the purpose of the dreams, and are they good and are they evil, and how to decipher that going through the dreams. So let's see what the Most High says in the book of Hosea. Let's start there. Hosea 12 and 10.
Book of Hosea, chapter 12 and verse 10.
Uh-huh.
I have also spoken by the prophets.
Uh-huh.
And I have multiplied visions.
I have what?
I have multiplied visions.
So through the prophets, the Most High will use visions. Read.
And use similitudes.
And what?
And use similitudes.
And use similitudes. Read.
By the ministry of the prophets.
By the ministry of the prophets. So the Most High has an array of messaging that he will use. Some of them are similitudes, visions, dreams. All right. So from there, go to the book of Amos chapter 3 and verse 7. Amos chapter 3 and verse 7.
This is book of Amos, chapter 3 and verse 7.
Uh-huh.
Surely the Lord God will do nothing.
Uh-huh.
But he revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets.
And how does he reveal these secrets unto the prophets? By visions, by multitudes, by similitudes, and by dreams. All right. Let's give an example of that. Let's go to the book of Matthew, chapter 2, and verse 11. And we're going to show you an instance in our history where the Most High gave one of our forefathers a dream of what was coming and how to be safe. Read that.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 2, and verse 11.
Uh-huh.
And when they were come into the house, they saw the young child with Mary his mother.
Read.
And fell down and worshipped him. And when they had opened their treasures, they presented unto him gifts, gold and frankincense and myrrh.
So, what? They were coming to present the gifts unto Jesus, and then what happened? Read.
And being warned of God in a dream.
And what?
And being warned of God in a dream.
That's what we just read in Amos. He said he revealeth his secrets unto the prophets. This is a prime example of how destruction was coming in the land of Jerusalem, in the land of Israel, and the Most High gave Joseph a warning signal or a warning sign through his dream. Read that again, verse 12.
And being warned of God in a dream that they should not return to Herod, they departed into their own country another way.
Read.
And verse 13, and when they were departed, behold, the angel of the Lord appeared to Joseph in a dream, saying, arise and take the young child and his mother and flee into Egypt, and be thou there until I bring thee word. For Herod will seek the young child to destroy him.
So this is a prime example of the Most High using a dream to give the nation of Israel a warning of things to come. So we see that, yes, God does give us dreams and give us visions. Let's give another example. Let's go to the book of Genesis, chapter 41 and verse 1. We're going to read 1 through 7 so you can read pretty quickly. All right, another example of a dream.
It's book of Genesis, chapter 41 and verse 1. And it came to pass at the end of 2 full years that Pharaoh dreamed, and behold, he stood by the river. And behold, there came up out of the river 7 well-favored kine and fat-fleshed, and they fed in a meadow. And behold, 7 other kine came up after them out of the river, ill-favored and lean flesh, and stood by the other kine unto the drink of the river. And the ill-favored and the lean flesh kine did eat up the 7 well-favored and fat kine. So Pharaoh awoke, and he slept and dreamed the second time.
So he had another dream. Read.
And behold, 7 ears of corn came upon one stalk, rank and good.
Read.
And behold, 7 thin ears and blasted with the east wind sprung up after them. And the 7 thin ears devoured the 7 rank and full ears. And Pharaoh awoke, and behold, it was a dream. And it came to pass, verse 8.
So he had a dream. Pharaoh had a dream, all right, that nobody could interpret. Read verse 8.
Verse 8, And it came to pass in the morning that his spirit was troubled.
Uh-huh.
And he sent and called for all the magicians of Egypt.
Uh-huh.
And all the wise men thereof.
Read.
And Pharaoh told them his dream.
Uh-huh.
But there was none that could interpret them unto Pharaoh.
So he had a dream, but nobody had the skill set to reveal what the dream meant unto him. All right. Remember who he gave the understanding of dreams to. He gave it to his to the prophets. All right. So from there, go to the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 12 and verse 38. Because this is going to show you a lot of people when we come into the truth, we think we got a dream. We think the Most High dealing with us. And last week you was in the Christian church. The Most High ain't give you no dream. He ain't give you no revelation the first week you show up. That's not the way it works. I'm going to prove it to you. Read that.
Book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 12 and verse 38.
Uh-huh.
And teach them to the wise of the people.
And what?
And teach them to the wise of the people.
The Most High will give the wise of the people the understanding to discern dreams and visions and similitudes. Read.
Whose hearts thou knowest may comprehend and keep these secrets.
You see that? How could he give you the understanding of deciphering dreams when you don't know the 10 Commandments? How could he give you the understanding of deciphering dreams when you don't know the big seven? The big seven, the first captivities that Israel went through. When you don't know who the 12 disciples are. When you don't understand the mystery that Paul wrote. It wouldn't make sense. So don't be light-minded in your understanding when you come in dealing with dreams, thinking the Most High, oh, I'm Joseph and I'm Daniel. No, that's not the way it works. Read it again from the top.
Book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 12 and verse 38.
Uh-huh.
And teach them to the wise of the people.
And teach them to the wise of the people, the aged men. Read.
Whose hearts thou knowest may comprehend and keep these secrets.
You see that? Who can comprehend and keep these secrets. Because everybody's not to understand everything in the scriptures. Even Christ set that example in the book of Matthew. He said it was given unto you to know the secrets of heaven, not unto everyone else. So from there, let's go back to Genesis 41, and we're going to show you who had the skill set to reveal the dream unto the Pharaoh. We're going to jump around, so let's read verse 15, and then we're going to read 25, 26, 38, and 39. All right, let's get that.
Book of Genesis, chapter 41 and verse 15.
Uh-huh.
And Pharaoh said unto Joseph,
Uh-huh.
I have dreamed a dream, and there is none that can interpret it.
Uh-huh.
And I have heard say of thee that thou canst understand a dream to interpret it.
So the skill set of interpreting dreams is biblical. All right, that is biblical, and we did have that skill set. And some people still have that skill set today. From there, jump to verse, 25.
Verse
Yep.
25. And Joseph said unto Pharaoh,
Uh-huh.
The dream of Pharaoh is one.
Read.
God hath shown Pharaoh what he is about to do.
Now, there's several different types of dreams. Some of them are symbolic, like we're going to read about. Some of them are a similitude. Some of them, like they have deja vus, where you will envision exactly what's going to happen. There's different types of dreams. All right. This one, he's showing them in a similitude of what's going to happen. Read verse 26.
Verse 26. The 7 good kind are 7 years.
Now he's explaining to him those 7 good kind are 7 years. Read.
And the 7 good ears are 7 years.
Read.
The dream is one.
The dream is one. Jump down to verse 38.
Verse 38. And Pharaoh said unto his servants,
Uh-huh.
Can we find such a one that is a man in whom a man of whom the Spirit of God is?
So Pharaoh is acknowledging only the Most High God could have given Joseph the understanding of his dream. Read.
And Pharaoh said unto Joseph,
Uh-huh.
For as much as God hath shown thee all this,
Uh-huh.
there is none so discreet and wise as thou art.
Right. And he was given praise because of the understanding that the Most High gave unto him. Now, from there, go to the book of Sirach, chapter 34, in verse 1. I want to hit on what I just went on. Everybody's not Joseph. Everybody's not Daniel. Everybody's not who is that? Cornelius or Peter, who's given a vision. All right, read that.
Book of Sirach or Ecclesiasticus, chapter 34 and verse 1.
This applies to about 80% of us that come into this truth. Read.
The hopes of a man void of understanding
Uh-huh.
are vain and false.
Read.
And dreams lift up fools.
And what?
And dreams lift up fools.
Most of us, we follow after these dreams, and it's a foolish thing. You got to know yourself, which I'm going to hit on earlier. You knowing if you're doing what you're supposed to. The Most High may be dealing with you. You fasting, you praying, you working on yourself, and he shows you something. Okay, But if you're in the midst of sin, you evil, you're not learning, you're not applying, and you think God is dealing with you and giving you vision, no, that's not the way it works. Dreams lift up fools. Read.
Whoso regardeth dreams
Uh-huh.
is like him that catcheth at a shadow
Read.
and followeth after the wind.
Right, because even when you do have a dream, let's say it is true, you can't do anything until it comes to pass. All right, you gotta wait and sit back and let it play out. Read.
Verse 3, the vision of dreams is the resemblance of one thing to another,
Uh-huh.
even as the likeness of a face to a face.
In a dream, like we just read in Genesis 41, it may be showing you one thing, but it means something else. That's why if you read too far into it, you'll be wrong. You got to be learned and understanding, and the Most High got to be dealing with you for you to be able to decipher it. Because those 7 good animals meant 7 good years. Just like when we're going to read in Acts 10 later. It's like a, what does it say? It's like a resemblance of one thing to another. So it's not clear of what's going on. You got to get the interpretation. Read.
Of verse 4,
Uh-huh.
of an unclean thing, what can be cleansed?
Read.
And from that thing which is false, what truth can come?
Read.
Divinations and soothsaying and dreams are vain.
And what?
And dreams are vain.
Read.
And the heart fanciest
Uh-huh.
as a woman's heart in travail.
Read. This is a key part.
If they be not sent from the Most High.
What did it say?
If they not be sent from the Most High.
So the Most High does not send all dreams. That's what you got to understand. Every dream that you have is not of the Most High. Read.
In thy visitations, set not thy heart upon them.
Read.
For the dreams have deceived many.
For dreams have deceived many. Read.
And they have failed that put their trust in
You
them.
see that? You got to continue doing what you're supposed to be doing regardless of what the dream is. Because if you set your hopes on everything on that dream and it don't come to pass, then what's going to happen? You're going to sit there and be a fool. That's why it says dreams lift up fools. From there, go to Ecclesiastes chapter 5 and verse 3. And I'm going to show you where some of your dreams come from. All right? Everything ain't a divine revelation from God. I'm going to show you how these weird dreams that you have sometimes, they don't have any meaning at all. Read that.
Book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 5 and verse 3.
Uh-huh.
For a dream cometh through the multitude of business.
What did the Bible say?
For a dream cometh through the multitude of business.
Sometimes a dream will come from a multitude of busyness. Meaning what? You're doing this, you're doing that, you're doing this, and you fall asleep. And then you had this crazy dream. It's because you got a million things going on in your life. It ain't because the Most High is trying to show you that you're going to have a $20 million enterprise and you're going to be here and be there. No, that means you got too much going on right now. Your mind is not at rest when it should be. Read that again.
For a dream cometh through the multitude of busyness,
Uh-huh.
and the fool's voice is known by the multitude of words.
Jump down to verse 7.
Verse 7. For in the multitude of dreams.
For in the multitude of dreams. You know you got that one auntie that got a dream every week, every time you see her. For the multitude of dreams, read.
And many words, there are also diverse vanities.
They are what?
Also diverse vanities.
Meaning it's a lot of bull. You got dreams on everything that happens in the world. It's diverse vanities, meaning none of that is profitable to you. Read.
But fear thou God.
That's the most important thing. Fear the Most High God. At the end of the day, that's the only thing that matters. Now go to Deuteronomy 13. I'm going to show you another example of dreams not being from God. And as a matter of fact, some dreams actually lead you away from God. Read that.
This book of Deuteronomy, chapter 13 and verse 1. If there arise among you a prophet or a dreamer of dreams.
Or a dreamer of dreams. Read.
And giveth thee a sign or a wonder. And the sign or the wonder come to pass, whereof he spake unto thee, saying, Let us go after other gods,
Read.
which thou hast not known, and let us serve them.
So it will be a situation. There can be a situation where you will have a dream, or somebody will have a dream, and they will tell you to go after another god. Now, do you think that's divinely inspired by God? No. Read.
Thou shalt not hearken unto the words of that prophet or that dreamer of dreams.
So God's saying, do not listen to these dreams. So every dream is not divinely inspired. Read.
For the Lord your God proveth you
Uh-huh.
to know whether ye love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul.
Jump down to verse 5.
Verse 5. And that prophet or that dreamer of dreams
Uh-huh.
shall be put to death.
Shall what?
Shall be put to death.
So if your dreams are not aligning with the laws, statutes, and commandments of God, if it's not aligning with the vision that the Most High God set in place throughout the scriptures, then guess what? Your dream, your divine revelation is not of God. That is of your own mind and of your own wants. Now, go to 1 Corinthians chapter 13 and verse 5. I said this earlier. You got to be able to examine yourself to realize, hey, is the Most High God sending me this dream? Am I that inspired of God and that righteous that he came down and spoke to me personally to implant a vision in my mind? Let's see. Read that. 2 Corinthians 13, 5. Yep. So let's see what the Bible says about this situation before you go deep into your dreams.
Book of 2 Corinthians chapter 13 and verse 5.
Uh-huh.
Examine yourself.
Do what?
Examine yourselves.
Read.
Whether ye be in the faith.
Uh-huh.
Prove your own selves. Know ye not your own selves, how that Jesus Christ is in you, except ye be reprobate?
So all I'm asking is that you examine yourself before you put yourself on a pedestal of being a dream interpreter, or you think that the Most High is dealing with you. From there, go to Job chapter 33 and verse 14. So we covered how the Most High speaks to us, which he does speak to us in dreams. We covered who's going to have the ability to decipher those dreams, those that are aged, those that are wise. We covered where some vain dreams come from. Now we're going to show you why the Most High uses these dreams. Read that.
Book of Job, chapter 33 and verse 14.
Uh-huh.
For God speaketh once, yea, twice.
The Most High speaketh what?
Once,
Uh-huh.
yea, twice.
Uh-huh.
Yet man perceiveth it not.
So sometimes the Most High puts several dreams together in your mind, and you don't even catch on to it. Read.
In a dream, in a vision of the night.
In a dream, in a vision of the night. Read.
When deep sleep falleth upon men,
Uh-huh.
and slumberings upon the bed.
Uh-huh.
Then he opened the ears of man, and sealeth their instructions.
So the Most High will use these dreams amongst righteous men and women to seal the instructions of what he wants you to do, to show you something, to give you inspiration on something. Read.
That he may withdraw man from his purpose,
Uh-huh.
and hide pride from man.
So he'll give us these certain thoughts and certain mindsets so we don't go after our own understanding, after our own mind. But like I said, is he talking to everybody like that? No, he's not. Now, let's give an example of where he did do that. Let's go to the book of Acts, chapter 10, and we're going to start at verse 10. We're going to give you another example of when he spoke to a man and sealed his instructions.
This book of Acts, chapter 10 and verse 10.
Uh-huh.
And he became very hungry,
Uh-huh.
and would have eaten. But while they made ready, he fell into a trance.
Now, this is the story of Peter and Cornelius. A lot of people don't understand this vision. We're going to make sure you get it today. Read.
And saw heaven opened, and a certain vessel descending unto him,
Uh-huh.
as it had been a great sheet knit at the four corners,
Uh-huh.
and let down to the earth.
Read.
Wherein were all manner of four-footed beasts of the earth,
Uh-huh.
and wild beasts,
Read.
and creepy things,
Uh-huh.
and fowls of the air. And there came a voice to him, Rise, Peter, kill and eat.
Uh-huh.
But Peter said, Not so, Lord, for I have never eaten anything that is common or unclean.
Now, when you go in mainstream Christianity, a lot of people use this vision, this trance that Peter was in, and they say this is literal. This is telling you that you can eat unclean foods. Go to Sirach 34 and 4. Once again, I'm going to show you. This is an example of what the Most High God did with this trance that he put Peter in. Sirach 34 and 4. Read that.
Book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 34, verse 4.
Not 4, but verse 3.
Verse 3.
Uh-huh.
The vision of dreams is the resemblance of one thing to another.
So he'll use one thing to really be representing something else. Read.
even as the likeness of a face to a face.
Even as the likeness of a face to a face. Now, he was using unclean animals knit at the four corners of a table. Now, go back to Acts 10 and go to verse 28. Let's see what he meant when he said, call nothing common or unclean. Because he was using animals at first. Read.
Book of Acts, chapter 10 and verse 28.
Uh-huh.
And he said unto them, ye know how that it is an unlawful thing for a man that is a Jew to keep company or come unto one of another nation.
Uh-huh.
But God have shown me that I should not call any man common.
Yeah, hold on. God have shown me that I should not call any what?
I should not call any man.
Any man what?
Common or unclean.
So the resemblance of a face to a face, it was animals being compared to what? Men. Specifically, Jews. That his brethren, those that were cut off, the northern kingdom, they would not be called unclean anymore. That's what that was talking about. This is an example of him giving him a vision to seal his instruction. That what? Now he knew he can go forth and teach those that were called Gentiles. They were Israelites, all right? That's another class, though. So from there, go to Joel 2 and 28, last scripture. So this is what we get into in the last days. The Most High will use his same messaging that he has in the past. That's why we're going over this class, so you can understand if your dream is of God or not and how to interpret it a little bit. All right, read that.
Book of Joel, chapter 2 and verse 28.
Uh-huh.
And it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh.
Read.
And your sons and your daughters shall prophesy.
Read.
Your old men shall dream dreams.
Your what?
Your old men shall dream dreams.
Showing you again that the aged men, those that have the understanding, are going to get the dreams and the visions. It's not going to be somebody that just walked in the door. Read that part again.
Your old men shall dream dreams.
So he's going to show us dreams once again. Read.
Your young men shall see visions.
And your young men shall see visions. So hopefully this class helped you out in dealing with your dream and you're able to decipher, is it of God or is it of not? If it's in line with the words of the Bible, then hey, all praise to the Most High. But if it ain't, throw it away and keep it moving. All right? With that, we say shalom.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are how men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.